All right, folks, let's start talking about some examples of great content projects that you can get some ideas from. Let's look at some examples. Now, this is a person of whom I am a huge fan. Peter is a creator of many, many different genres, but he has cracked something that I think is really impressive, which is a way to share writing in a really shareable social media way. So writing is a hard ask to get people to engage with on social media because people don't really want to click and go that deep into writing anymore, unfortunately. But he created a project called The Shortest Story. It was a really, really successful Kickstarter because he is brilliant at this kind of thing, and you should definitely check out his Kickstarter projects if you are in the writing world or gaming. Honestly, he's done a lot of different projects, but this is something that he did, and you can look at this project and I will tell you a few things that really work about it. One is that there are words that are very legible. There is a photo that makes it really grab your attention, and that it has this strong accessibility thing as well, which is every time that he posts one of these, you can't see it in this image actually, but he does post a link so you can go find the plain text version of this if you're the kind of person who reading text on a photo is hard. You can just read it on the photo, which is probably what most people are going to do, and you can share it. And he posts this right on his Facebook. There's a website you can go to catch up on all of them if you want to, so if you don't have to be constantly looking at his Facebook every day. He posts them on Instagram. There's a Facebook page. It's everywhere, and it's right where he is. So you can really get into Peter's stuff. I, as a person who is very bad at keeping up on everybody's art, I know about it, and I immediately knew where to find it because I know that it is on his personal Facebook every day. I think I will know that as a casual fan and a friend. So this is a brilliant thing that he has come up with. It's his own personal brand. But something like this, as a writer, it's a really, really smart idea. Let's find another one. Okay, comics. Now, this is a comic by somebody named Kate Leth, who is a brilliant comic writer and also a brilliant crowdfunder. Kate has an incredible Patreon right now that has thousands of people, I believe, or thousands of dollars at least. And the comics that are made by Kate are posted directly on Instagram, on Twitter, on I don't think Facebook. I don't think that that's part of the brand, but they also are on a website called Webtoons. So if you want to go back and catch up, you can do that as well. So Kate really does a lot of research to make sure that they are right there, the way that the internet uses these particular platforms, but also super accessible, right where you're going to read it, and really legible. You'll see that Kate posts each panel individually so that the text is really big, which is really helpful. If you notice sometimes like you can't zoom in on Instagram, so if you're reading a comic, this is the kind of way that you want to do it. This is another visual art project. J.K. Marimba, who's Jenny Cloaken, was actually a client of mine, a brilliant person who used her visual art to fund a musical album. So she does both. And one of the projects that we developed for her was to set her visual art speed painting videos to the music that she creates, because she was creating these improvised marimba songs, and it wasn't picking up on the internet the way she was hoping. So we put that together with this visual art content that was picking up in a more exciting way. And so by smashing those two things together, this Instagram project was formed, this acoustic musical flow, acrylic flow project. And this really helped when she launched her Kickstarter. She ended up raising, between a Kickstarter and an independent art project, $10,000, which was really, really big given the size of her audience. It was awesome. So yeah, this is another unique way, and we'll be talking about how your project is going to combine the things that are unique about you and the things that you can make for free and regularly. So hooray for Jenny. Another one here, Lynn O'Brien, another amazing client of mine, does usually a singer-songwriter, but in order to make something regularly and free, what she does is uses an app called Acapella to make short little affirmation acapella videos where she'll write an affirmation, which is a big part of her personality, and she'll make little songs for people. And she started doing this before her Kickstarter to build her audience. She did a really long build up with me to get this audience to the place where she wanted it to be, because she wanted to raise a lot of money. And it worked because she was making this content and it was really lifting people up. Okay, and now let's get into your homework for this unit. First, you are going to look for artists in your field, or perhaps use the examples from this presentation with followings, and see what kind of content they post. What do you enjoy about it and what don't you enjoy about it? I don't just mean their updates, but, videos or posts or blogs, the stuff that they actually make. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And maybe some of them aren't making content at all, just using social media for updates, and think about how that's going to give you an advantage when you're actually posting some content on the internet. I know, it's good stuff, especially for you as an independent artist. Second half of your homework is this. Think about your fan. This is going to be an important piece of work because not everybody's audience is the same. Not everybody's what they call brand is the same. Your community is going to be different. So I want you to think about if you could boil down your audience to sort of one typical person and think about like what their age is and what their social media favorite is and what kind of time they spend online, if they listen to podcasts or they prefer videos or photos. Like really think about it. Maybe use some examples or do some research into your own followers if you have that. And write that down, as well as your notes for the previous question, in a nice little doc that you'll be able to refer to later when we create your project. That's your homework, and I can't wait to get into the next unit because that's when we're going to actually start creating your project that you can make regularly, that's unique to you, for free. That's a little preview. I know it sounds a little bit like a big deal, like a little bit of a big mountain, but honestly, you can do it, and it doesn't have to be that scary. So, thanks for watching. I know this was a hefty one. Let's do it again next time.